This is part 2 of section 6.10, linear inequalities. As you saw in the last video, this is really very straightforward. It's a lot of fun. If you graph more, you can even graph more than one inequality, linear inequality on a graph, and you have shaded overlapping colors like you did before. Actually, you may not have done it before. I may be remembering a different class. But anyway, second part of our lecture, go ahead and look at page 264. Right in the center of the book, it says Graphing Inequalities, and it gives you 3 points to follow when you are solving these inequalities. If you want to go ahead and use that, that's a good quick review for you. But first thing that you're going to want to do is solve for y, because you want to be able to get this inequality in the form of slope-intercept. We want to isolate the y. We have 6x minus 6x. We're going to subtract the 6x from both sides of the inequality. Minus 6x plus 10. This is real straightforward stuff that we're doing, but you do have to be very, very careful with your negative signs. Honestly, mixing up negative and positive signs is some of the biggest difficulties that all of us have. Not just kids, but the teachers too. You know, you drop a negative sign. It's really easy to do. So don't get in such a big hurry that you forget to put your negative signs. We've subtracted a minus 6 from x from both sides of the inequality. We have minus 2y greater than or equal to negative 6x plus 10x. We can multiply both sides of the equation by the reciprocal of negative 2, which is a minus 1/2, to reduce, not to reduce, so that we have only one y, or you can just go ahead and divide both sides of the equation by negative 2. Remember though that when you divide both sides of the equation by negative 2, you have 6x minus 6x divided by negative 2 plus 10x divided by negative 2. So negative 2 divided by negative 2 is 1. You have y, let me think about this a minute. Do you remember that when we divided or multiplied an inequality by a negative number, something happened? And what is that? If you multiply or divide by a negative number, the direction of the inequality changes. So it goes from being greater than or equal to, in this case, to less than or equal to. Negative 2y divided by negative 2. Y is less than or equal to negative 6x divided by negative 2 plus 10x divided by negative 2. So you have y is less than or equal to 3x minus 5. And then you see my marker went a little bit happy with those x's. Minus 6x plus 10, minus 6x divided by minus 2, positive 10 divided by negative 5. Let me check and make sure. We have our slope-intercept form. So our slope is a positive 3, and our y-intercept is negative 5. Identified by the point 0, negative 5. Okay? We had our original inequality, 6x minus 2y greater than or equal to 10. We subtracted a 6x from both sides of the equation, of the inequality, which gave us negative 2y is greater than or equal to negative 6x plus 10. Then we went ahead and divided both sides of the inequality here by a negative 2. But since we're dividing by a -2, the direction of the inequality changes here. Gives us y is less than or equal to -6x divided by -2 plus 10 divided by -2. Y is less than or equal to 3x minus 5. I want to go ahead and show you how it would look, just as a point of review, if you're going to multiply both sides of the inequality by the reciprocal of the coefficient. -2y greater than or equal to -6x plus 10. We're going to multiply both sides of the inequality by the reciprocal of the coefficient, supposed to be a negative, not a dot, times a -2y. Because we're multiplying by the negative number, we need to flip the direction of this inequality. -1/2 times -6x plus 10. -1/2 times -2 is y, less than or equal to, we distribute here. -1/2 times -6x plus -1/2 times a 10. -1/2 times 10. Okay? Y is less than or equal to, negative times negative is a positive. You have 3x minus 5, which gives us the same information that we had when we solved the inequality by dividing both sides of the equation by -2. So our slope here is a positive 3, and our y-intercept is a -5. All we need to do now, let's go ahead and graph this inequality. Okay, the slope is 3, so it's going up pretty steeply. The y-intercept is a -5, so I'm going to adjust my graph here. And of course, you would be doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. You would be using a straight edge, marking this out on your grid paper. Okay, the y-intercept is a -5. Here's a -5. The slope is 3. 1, 2, 3, up 3 over 1. That's the second point on our line. Now, it says greater than or equal, because inequality includes the equal sign. This is going to be the straight line
You've got a new message from Rachel.
that passes through those 2 points. Okay? Now we need to do our test point. 6x minus 2y greater than or equal to 10. We're going to pick a point and see if we end up with a true inequality or a false inequality. If we use 0, 0, we have 6 times 0 minus 2 times 0. Is that greater than or equal to 10? -2, last I checked, is not greater than or equal to 10. Our test point gives us an incorrect inequality. So the test point or anything on that side of the graph of the line, none of that can be a solution. So we're going to shade the other side of the graph. I'm going to go ahead in my case and erase this work here. And this is the graph that gives us the solution to our problem example number 2. It's a conclusion of 6.10, and y'all, I will see you on Tuesday. Go over any questions that you have. We'll go over as much of the chapter review as we have time for. And then we'll hit it hard on chapter 7 when we come back to school on Friday. Have a happy New Year.